Meron bang age requirement para sa horseback riding?
Hindi naman. Ang unang-una, syempre, depende sa kabayo, no? Yung laki ng kabayo. Pag medyo malaki yung kabayo, sana naman yung mga sasakay are proportion in size.
Mhm.
Ibig sabihin, 6-year-old on a very big horse, hindi proportional yon.
What will happen?
Well, hindi aabot yung paa, yung legs, dun sa lugar ng kabayo na ginagamit natin pang signal na,
Mhm.
tatakbo or yan. Secondly, syempre, pag mahina yung muscles or yung bigat ng rider, mahihirapan rin. Kasi pag hatching lang ng kabayo, baka madala
Mhm.
yung rider, matapon,
At
So, dito kasi, pag maliit ang rider, sana maliit rin yung kabayo.
madali
Yung pony.
kasi madaling matilapon pag maliit.
Kung malaki yung kabayo, yes. Yes.
Kasi merong, like in other sports, no, sa tennis, they don't recommend kung you're a certain age, kunyari less than 6 years old, kasi malambot pa yung bones.
Mhm.
At kung you continue playing, kunyari at an early age, malamang ay meron mga injuries kasi hindi pa na-develop yung bones. Meron bang ganun consideration sa horse riding kasi nga baka matilapon at mas malambot pa yung bones at that early age?
Actually, kami, ang experience namin ay hindi naman masyadong sa physical side, no? Kasi kagaya yon, pag malambot yung katawan, normally pag nahuhulog, minsan wala masyadong problema, iyak ng iyak, may konting gasgas, pero walang masyadong, we have not seen na talagang nababalian ang mga soft bone.
Oo.
Ang hinahabol lang namin or binabantay namin ay yung tapang. Kasi pag medyo bata pa at naranasan siya ng sakit or nasaktan, syempre baka magiging phobia. And then mawawala ng interest in riding. So, maraming parents gusto nilang maaga yung pagsakay ng yung mga anak nila. Sabi namin, maghintay muna. Kasi baka kung gusto mo, nagpunta kayo sa Tagaytay or akay-akay lang. Yung lesson, saka na lang. Pag may talagang hilig at saka opportunity, di ituloy ninyo.
So, kailangan ma-develop muna yung love for horses at yung hilig bago siya ipa-lessons to
Yes.
In fact, is that what happened to you? When you were...
Well, ako talagang yung sinasabi ko, yung kinukwento ko kanina, syempre, nung bata pa ako, ang Baguio in the summer, nagiging, I guess, attracted ako sa mga kabayo. At, yun ang nagiging hilig ko hanggang ngayon. To the regret of some people.
What do you say to the regret of some people?
No, my parents think I spend too much time with the horses.
Oh, kasi katulad ng sinabi kanina na-meet natin si Professor Jun Austria, he made a comment na horse riding is one of the most expensive daw na sports, no? Ano ba yung mga equipment or mga costumes o mga uniforms na kailangan gamitin dito?
Ang pinakamahal talaga ang kabayo. Kasi that's the main piece of equipment.
Okay.
Because you have to have your own?
Hindi naman. Ako, lumaki ako, unang-una, my parents couldn't afford a horse. So, sumali lang ako I was enrolled in a riding school, so common yon. Going back to the cost, yes, any sport na kung gusto talagang umasenso, magiging mahal. I mean, even golf, even tennis, if you want to be a top-rated tennis player, kailangan magbiyahe ka and join all the tournaments abroad. You have to stay in hotels, you have to have the correct food, medical attention. So lahat yan, iipon yan ng aabot ng malaki rin ng gastos.
Oo. Trivia lang kasi you mentioned to the chagrin of your parents. Si Steven here is the eldest son of Joy Virata and Cesar Virata.
That's, yes.
Anybody else riding in the family?
Well, no, only my children and my wife, from my side. My brother, no, my sister started pero hindi natuloy.
So, pursuing this question kanina, no, tungkol sa lessons, magkano more or less yung mga lessons?
Well, okay, depende kung ano yung kagaya ng asawa ko, she charges sometimes between, well, depends again how many times a week, a month you take the lessons. No? So it will go from maybe 500 to 800 for the lesson, depende. Kasi kung mas maraming lesson, mas mababa yung rate.
Tapos saan usually hina-hold itong mga lessons na to?
Ang right now, ang base of operation niya is Manila Polo Club.
Mm. So, pwede rin kung sa Tagaytay nakatira yung tao, pwede rin sa Tagaytay?
Right now, hindi pwede. Pero ako, ang isang balak ko is to offer training, hindi naman sa public, pero dun sa mga horse owners dun sa Tagaytay. Balak ko mag-organize kami ng parang maliit na training session. Although marunong sila sumakay.
Mhm.
It's just that kung ano yung how to improve yung kanilang competitiveness.
What about yung mga nakikita natin sa TV, no? Yung mga riders, meron silang mga parang uniform. Ano ba yung tawag dun sa mga sinusuot nila, yung mga boots, di ba? Tapos yung mga equipment na sinasakyan, na ginagamit nila.
Well, okay. Yung first of all, ang after the horse, the next pinakamahal ay yung saddle. Medyo mahal din ng saddle, no? Bakit mahal? Kasi karaniwan mga saddle gawa ng handmade, no?
At dinidesign ba yan para sa particular rider?
Yung iba may konting customizing. Pero yung off the shelf may mga maraming ibang klase. Depende kung anong gagawin mo sa
Anong
sport.
average cost?
Well, you can get okay, ganito. Ang dito sa Manila or yung hinahanap kong saddle para dito sa native, ang iaalok was about 6,000 to 8,000. So, ang karaniwan ng kahoy. Ang pinakamahal na saddle,
Kahoy.
ang pinakamahal na saddle siguro is almost like $20,000.
Wow.
Yung mga Hermes
Okay, branded.
branded.
Oo. Okay, so aside from that, ano ba yung tinatawag doon sa linalagay sa ulo ng
Yung
kabayo?
okay, then yung bridle, the bridle ay yung ang humahawak dun sa bit. Ang bit ay yung baka sinusuot sa bibig ng kabayo para meron kang control.
Mhm.
Ang bridle, bukod nun, merong reins. Yan ang connection between yung rider's hand at saka yung mouth ng kabayo. So, dun sa riding uniform, after the saddle, ang pinakamahal ay yung boots.
Okay.
Kasi, syempre, forma yan. Pag maganda yung boots mo.
Ang ganda-ganda ng uniform ng equestrians.
Is there a particular reason kung bakit ang boots ay kailangan hanggang sa tuhod?
Syempre, kasi pag nakita mo yung itsura ng saddle, merong ang tawag ng stribo. Yung stribo, masakit yan dito sa what they call the calf, no?
Mhm.
Kasi kumakain dyan. Pag wala kang protection doon, maski hindi boots, medyo masasaktan ka.
Kaso napakainit sa atin. So, the equestrians here in the Philippines will just have to bear that.
What about the
Oo.
hat? Diba? You have a tall
At the helmet.
hat. Helmet, yeah.
Okay, normally sa competition, especially show jumping, they require a helmet. Ngayon, nagkakaroon ng mga bagong technology, so yung mga helmet medyo maganda na. At saka very fashionable. Pwede mo i-customize. May flag, may mga kulang lang, I think yung iba may headphones na yata sa loob eh.
Headphones pa.
And then,
Headphones for what?
no, for if you're riding, gusto mo music, plug it in.
Oh, okay.
But dun sa dressage, which is a formal competition, parang gymnastics yun, ang ginagamit nila yung top hat. Siguro yun rin nakikita mo.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they call it a hunt cap. Dati, hindi masyadong stricto ang International Federation dun sa headgear protection. Kaya maski pwedeng isuot. Ang tradition kasi ay yung military uniform. So, although nagkaroon ng evolved over time, yung mga civilians sumali sa competitions, kaya nag-adapt sila ng what they call the hunting attire. Yung hunt cap, which is covered with velvet, a hard shell, pero walang strap, at saka yung hunt coat.
So may dahilan kung bakit ganon ang ginagamit ng mga equestrian, yung mga outfit and all the things that they wear.
Tama, may konting tradition at saka may konting functionality rin.
I see. Did
What
you have to
about
wear
the-
all of them when you were in competition yourself?
Ah, yes. And now, they even have to, because in eventing now, medyo nagkaroon ng mishap sa one of the Asian Games in Doha. May namatay na rider.
Because?
Miscalculation and then nahulog sila sa, hindi naman bangin, but ito sa jump. They call a drop fence. And then, tinamaan niya, bumagsak yung kabayo on the rider. So,
What
crush
about,
yun.
what about the horse?
Horse was surprisingly nabuhay.
Nabuhay.
Eh,
No
pag
injuries, no injuries.
Wala eh. Pag nakita mo yung... At nagkaroon ng konting controversy. Kasi ang Korean group, which was the team that suffered the accident, galit na galit sa kabayo kasi parang national hero ang namatay. So gusto nila papatayin yung kabayo
Mhm.
on the spot. And so yung mga officials, hinarang nila. It went all the way to a court, you know. So Koreans insisted, pag binalik namin yan sa Korea, papatayin namin yung kabayo na
So
yan.
where is the horse now?
I don't know if the FEI put its foot down and kept the horse in with, gave it to somebody and said we will not release this horse.
Yeah, in this
Kasi ang binabanggit ko noon kanina ay yung equine welfare and protection.
Right.
Yun ang unang-unang binabantay or ang what they call the FEI, no, the International Federation. Kaya
Yeah.
talagang kawawa yung kabayo, wala sang ginawa, na
especially
aksidente yun.
ngayon, no, people are so aware of mga welfare issues.
Yes.
Kaya hindi na lang basta-basta pwede gawin yun. So from the point of view of the animal, hindi ba siya nasasaktan na meron siyang bit or yung bridle dyan sa
Well,
mouth?
kung marunong gumamit ang rider, hindi masyadong nasasaktan yung kabayo. Pero, syempre, yung ibang kabayo medyo manhid na. May kalyo na yung bibig eh. So, maski hila ka ng hila, hindi na nararanasan yung
Pero isa ba yun sa mga tinuturo